This is Fort Delaware, a Civil War relic turned ruin. But time didn't bury its secrets. In fact, it unearthed them. Because they say the dead never left. And tonight we dive into the terrifying origins and 5 haunted tales whispered across centuries. This is the legend of Fort Delaware. Built in the 1850s on Pea Patch Island, Fort Delaware was designed to guard the Delaware River. But when war erupted in 1861, the fort's true purpose changed. It became a Union prison, holding over 30,000 Confederate POWs during the Civil War. Cramped, disease-ridden, starving, it was a living nightmare. Over 2,400 prisoners died inside its cold stone walls, many from dysentery, typhoid, and neglect. Some were buried in shallow graves, others tossed into the river, their names lost forever. And with so much suffering, so much death, the island became more than a prison. It became a tomb. And tombs, they don't stay quiet for long. One of Fort Delaware's most enduring spirits is the Mourner, also known as the Nurse in White. According to legend, she was a Union nurse assigned to care for the dying. But when too many Confederate prisoners perished in her ward, rumors spread. Some claimed she was poisoning them, others that she was easing their suffering. The story goes that enraged soldiers dragged her into the hospital and sealed her inside. She died, starved and forgotten, trapped within her own ward. Now, visitors report the scent of lavender, her perfume, before seeing a woman in white drifting through the corridors. But follow her, and you may never find your way back. During the war, officers' families sometimes lived on the island, and one story still chills the blood of anyone who's heard it. A young boy, son of a Union officer, died of fever in the fort's infirmary, but death didn't silence him. Guests have heard laughter in the dark, little footsteps on the upper floors. Some have even seen a small figure peek around corners, then vanish. He's known to whisper, "Play with me." One of the most common ghostly encounters is the sound of chains dragging across the stone floor. Guards, reenactors, and tourists alike have heard it, always in the lower cell blocks long after the tours are over. One ranger, while locking up, heard the chains approach behind him. He turned, no one there. The chains dragged closer until they just stopped. He never went back alone. Then there are the river watchers. Many prisoners who died were dumped into the Delaware River, especially during disease outbreaks. Their bodies, they say, never left. Locals have seen figures walking beneath the river's surface, especially on foggy mornings. Some fishermen have even reported cold hands grabbing their boats, trying to pull them down. When the fog rolls in thick and the tide is low, some say you can hear the whispers, "Let us out." The 5th story isn't a ghost, but something stranger. Some call it the time slip phenomenon. People report walking through a doorway and emerging somewhere else entirely. One park ranger claimed he stepped into the old kitchen for 5 minutes, but when he came back, 3 hours had passed. His watch was dead, his phone frozen, his flashlight wouldn't turn off. He described it as if the air itself was thicker, like time had stretched and coiled around him. Others say they've seen doorways appear where none exist, and once you go through, it's not guaranteed you'll return. In recent decades, ghost hunters and TV crews have visited Fort Delaware, and they found more than history. On one investigation, a team recorded an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, of a voice growling, "Get out." Infrared cameras have picked up moving figures, shadowy masses that vanish when approached. Multiple tourists have fainted or become violently sick after entering the old infirmary, especially where the nurse is said to linger. Even skeptics admit something unnatural lingers at Fort Delaware. With over 2,000 deaths, stories of vengeful spirits, lost children, time loops, and phantoms in the water, Fort Delaware isn't just haunted, it's cursed. And whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. This fortress saw real suffering, real darkness, and those echoes have never stopped. It's a place where the past is never truly past. So, would you visit Fort Delaware? Could you spend the night inside its walls? And if you did, would you make it back? If you enjoyed this ghostly dive into history, hit like and subscribe for more haunted legends. Tell us in the comments, which Fort Delaware ghost chilled you the most?